Right. Recap. So, as I recall, and feel free to remind me if I forget anything, Elizabetha flees north through Beres and Valaki, ends up at the gates of Valaki with the refuge of Irenaya Kolitzia. Um, cannot enter, gets spat on, belittled, and told he's a vagabond. Settles down and gets bumped in by John Shikigami, the spectral rabbit folk spawn of Alarian's older brother from Waterdeep. Somehow, by a miracle of, I believe it was like a 2 or something from John's end, he actually fails the stealth and gets caught red-handed. After a short interaction and being reminded multiple times that he is most likely a Bellevue, um, what ends up happening is they agree to travel out the next day as night besets them. And we go into the town to meet Reinhardt. Reinhardt agrees to go to the Wizard of Wine to help out the local tavern keep, who admits that the gentleman who runs the winery is actually his father. And Reinhardt gets some free rations, as I recall, for it, and is of good spirit, so makes an agreement to help out the Martikovs. On the way out, he realizes there's a festivity. He kind of decides to stick around for a bit of a while, but ends up leaving anyway. You heal some of the sickly, become like a local hero for a while. People and like beggars flock to you, seeing you almost like a Jesus Christ figure. You are literally drained of all your, like within 2 days, of all of your charges for healing and lay on hands. You have to sadly apologize and say, you know what, I can't do this anymore. Some of you just have to suck it up. You heal the baby one last time from the cold it has, and you meet John and Elizabeth, and you agree to support them because they're heading west. You're heading west. Kind of works out as traveling companions. Um, as you all depart, we kind of skip to the other side of town where we run into, of course, Valak Deadman. Valak is very confused to what has happened. Of course, at our table, we know he's been recently resurrected, but from his point of view, he is suddenly back 400 years later from his eternal sleep, a walking, shambling corpse of a man. He makes his way northward and stumbles upon a through the woods, sorry, of Yester Hill, and makes his way through the winery that is overrun by what seemed to be twisted druidic practice of his people. But he eventually stumbles upon the Borovian outpost at the river Guna from Lake Zarovich, and butchers like half of the garrisons, making the rest of them flee. Almost kills the leading captain, who he realizes is actually a descendant of the Wildmen. Maybe he has some sense of sympathy or companionship and lets him go. But he barely lives, permanently blinded in one eye and crooked nosed, as Valak makes his way eastward. Valak then, from the bushes, spies on these three adventurers heading westward, and kind of, with his map, scans through the area, realizes that the castle is on the far east in a mountain range, proceeds to make his journey there, whilst being threatened by Reinhardt, who realizes through his paladin senses he is undead and cannot justify his existence, but decides to walk his way on the fact that he gives them a warning that the outpost has been bloodied and overrun. Reinhardt, obviously, John, and Elizabeth, you stumble upon the massacre, and you continue your way to Kresk. At Kresk, you settle down in Elizabeth's house, except Reinhardt, who settles with Baron Dimitri, who declares a horrible revelation to you that actually Elizabeth is always the only survivor. Everyone around her dies, and she has also murdered his son. Suddenly, Reinhardt fails the insight check and doesn't realize he's actually been played. Going back to Valak. Valak chops some wood, meets Anaya as well. Sorry, Irina. Helps out her people for a bit. Deals with some of the guardsmen's disrespect, causes one of them to stumble and almost break his neck by quote-unquote leaning on the palisade too hard. Then, after chopping some wood, walks into town, gets let in by his disguise of wearing a red cloak, so they think him as one of the local soldiers, most likely. As he enters, you of course stumble through Valaki in the the heart of the festivities that Reinhardt missed, the celebrations of purple. You have never heard of these in your life, but it is a foreign religion, foreign practice, foreign to these lands, your forefathers' lands. And as you approach the Wickerman, you see this beautiful wooden statue being burnt by Lord Vargas himself. And upon it, chained down, is some kind of blinded old woman who he celebrates as purging for her wickedness. And that's what I think we left off the session. So, I think I'm going to go back to that heat of the moment, actually. Let me jump back, and I'm going to start with Valak first. So, Valak. Where is it? When I need it. There it is. Right. Valak, can you hear me? Right, looks good. You see Lord Vargas welcome the people once more. He throws this bundle of burning twigs at the bottom of the Wicker Woman, and he ignites it almost into a blazing inferno rapidly, using some of your new logs, especially just as basic kindling. And as the Wickerman burns, this you don't need to roll a perception for this. Blind, I would say maybe woman in her 50s, who looks to be dressed in ragged cloths, is chained down by chains at the top of the Wickerman, screams out, "Somebody please, get me off this burning wood! I do not deserve to die!" Silence, wench! My dear folk, welcome back to these fantastic celebrations. I bring to you in the name of the Count, and of course in the name of our people. And as he kind of welcomes it, there's like some eruptions of cheers. "We shall burn the witch, and with her we shall chase away the coming winter." Some people seem to be buying into the superstition, and some of them you can, Valak, though you have little in senses, feel from their facial expressions at least, are clearly drunk.
Good to see human sacrifice is still practiced here. You turn around and look around and just go, "So, which god is this one dedicated to?"
Are you asking that of Vargas?
Yeah, I'm just asking it out loud.
Oh, one of Anaya, who obviously walked in with you because you helped her.
Arena, yeah.
Arena kind of leans in. I believe it's meant to be the Dawn Lord.
Never mind.
The Dawn Lord?
Sure.
Valak, can you help her? You're not gonna let her die, will you?
I mean, it seems she was chosen to be sacrificed, and, you know...
Valak, it's an elderly woman, you're not gonna let her actually burn alive, are you?
She doesn't exactly have a long life to live if she's so elderly, and she looks blind. So probably a little shorter, you know.
Valak, you... Please! Irina kind of like presses her hands to you. Please!
The hell am I meant to do? I'm surrounded by soldiers.
Talk some sense into them.
Just looks around at the drunken. Sense! Have you tried talking sense to drunk people? Doesn't go well.
I mean, no, I don't really drink, but like you see Arena scanning around. Have you seen my brother? He's like a tall, slightly older man, bald.
Right, Isaac Colonia. Now look around over the crowd.
Interestingly enough, You see like a bearded, bald man with what seems to be like a deformed right arm that's clearly not his, protruding from his shoulder, probably twice the size of the rest of his body. And he's holding a hand axe in one and a saber in the other. And he is kind of surrounded by the guardsmen looking at the woman being burnt alive, kind of smile wickedly.
I'd hate to suggest it, but would your brother be him?
She like starts scanning, sees the same individual. I'm actually gonna roll a history check with a +3. No, it can't be. I mean, maybe? And she starts heading towards the gentleman before she's immediately blocked by like 2 of the guards. Madam, you must stop and step back from the local guards, leader. And as they kind of funnel her back, yeah, well, I think that's my brother. And he does not adjust. He does not even look in her direction. As the fire keeps growing higher and higher.
Please! Somebody please get me off this wood!
How will this help me kill Strahd? We'll call Vatiri now. Let's go. I fear if that is your brother, that I don't recognize you, and it looks like it doesn't entirely seem to be fully human anymore.
Malak, do not be silly. There is only humans.
Don't be silly, look at his arm.
It's slightly sickly. We can heal it. You should have seen him. There was a local hero.
He has a fucking horse's hoof as an arm.
I mean, it is overly large, but look, I just think he might have, he caught some kind of disease. There was like this tall gentleman, and he like healed this sickly. I think if I could just get him to meet him, it would work out. Don't look at me like that, Balak. Don't.
Tall gentleman.
Yeah, with like shining armor and a star and a shield. He was incredible. It was honestly, he healed like half of my people. Which reminds me, I do need to get food supplies. I still can't.
Oh, the shield.
Oh yeah, there was like a dawn star on it.
Bring back to Reinhardt. That fucker ain't no paladin. Fucker's a scoundrel.
Well, if we're not gonna stop this, then I guess it's just a friendly reminder of the injustice of this land. And you see Arena slowly stepping away.
Yeah, unfortunately. Look, go get whatever supplies you need to do. We should probably leave before they decide to sacrifice some of your people.
What did you say? Sorry, I didn't catch the last bit there. Balak?
We should leave before they choose to sacrifice your people. Or you should leave. Well, technically, I'm also heading east now. I have to go beat the shit out of this Prince Yuri. But whatever.
Well, thank you all the same, Balak. I will be in the local market if you need me. And you do see her like slowly walk away. Whilst that's happening, you kind of face back into the celebrations of the moment. And eventually the timber kind of crumbles in on the poor elderly woman. And it's like a splattering of blazing inferno erupts in an aura, I would say maybe 10 foot wide in all directions, as ash and smoke rises. And you hear the last dying breaths of this granny. No, blah, blah, as fire erupts into her flesh. Eventually, kind of shambling away, you see this deformed man stumble past you, dragging his right arm through the cobblestone path, heading south. What looks to be a gigantic manor with about, I would say, half a score of guards. And whilst that's happening, you return back to the festivities. People are in a bus. There is a large livelihood moment taking place around the town itself. Some are drinking their sorrows away, others seem to be quite enjoying this new festivity, and their spirits have been lifted.
Yeah, purple.
There seems to be no melancholy in sight. In fact, no complaints. Everyone is overly joyous, just wide-grinned, eyes almost bloodshot.
Yeah, fucking freaks. I'm gonna walk around. I should probably get rid of this cloak. The soldiers think I'm one of them. Is there any purple cloaks?
Yeah, some people are selling purple cloaks, but there's literally purple banners if you want to like rip one off and wrap it around yourself. I imagine Malak wouldn't mind too bad.
Don't really care. I'll walk over and buy a purple cloak. I have 5 gold. Might as well spend
For purple,
1 gold.
yeah, for a purple cloak, it's just a quick 1 gold piece. It's just a bit of purple cloth, nothing fancy.
Okay, well, thank you.
Enjoy your festivities.
And
And remember, no sadness in Malarkey.
Oh, fuck. What, it's illegal to be sad here or something? What the fuck?
You wouldn't want to know.
Just continues walking around. Just looking around, just observing the people, seeing what's happening.
Yeah, so out of nowhere, first of all, there are purple banners, like I said, and festivities and accessories hanging across the streets, and some of the doors have even been painted. Many people, give me I will say, I will actually ask an insight check rather than a perception check, because you do see this all the time, so you don't need to roll a perception, but I don't know how well you would respond to their... Oh, okay. Yeah, so amongst the smiles and laughs and over the top, you know the game We Happy Few? Yeah, everyone is so exhilarated and the streets are so gay and everyone is jumping around with joy, and yet some of them, their eyes are darting, stressed, paranoid, almost if someone's watching.
I'll look around to see if someone is watching.
You notice that the guards have stone-faced expressions. Anyone who lacks any joy suddenly just gets spoken to and walked away from the street.
Interesting. I'll start making my way towards that market square that Irina told me to find her at.
Yeah. You stumble your way through the town, kind of dodging left and right through the festivities, and you eventually find a, I would describe more of a, because it's a town, a high street of sorts. There is shops of various signs, as well as open festivities. Some people definitely kind of seem to have closed their doors, but there are open signs on the front. What are you looking for specifically?
Just not really looking, just walking around, sightseeing, trying to understand this goddamn town.
Okay.
Slowly reading signs.
Yeah, you walk past, standard things, a cobbler, a butcher, an arms weapon. There was at one point a carpenter. You stumbled upon a furniture store. And as you keep making your way, there was a coffin store. You saw a Blinsky toy location. You walked past some carriages that belonged to the Velaki. people, Vistani, my apologies, kind of on the side of the town. But because of your very high insight, and I do believe your passive perception is 15,
Yes.
you eventually, as you kind of stumble through the town, get bumped into, and you I don't know, how would you respond?
Just turns around and stares at whoever bumped into him.
Yeah, you look down, and you see this gentleman with a half swollen face, and almost turning black at the forehead and around the eye, and a bloodied lip, and he kind of stumble. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to offend.
The fuck happened to your face?
I fell.
Into a beating.
No, not in Valaki. Happy and joyous. Gay as a fly.
Sure. I'll walk past. Look like you've had a hard enough time.
Yeah. You continue stumbling through the high street. Are you looking for Irina?
More or less. Keeping an eye out, just looking around, but yeah.
Fair enough. As you keep stumbling past some people, overly joyed or drunkard, eventually you stumble upon Irina kind of heading out with, I would describe, 2 heavy bags, kind of almost satchels behind her back. Right, that should do us for about a 2 days journey. Ah, Valak, perfect timing. You done your shopping?
So to speak.
Right.
What? You wouldn't happen to know anything about this whole being happy thing?
Well, Lord Varus praises himself for having the happiest town in the whole of Barovia. He believes we keep the evil spirits away by our joy and upbeat, giggly mugs. Sadly, given the dreadful living conditions that is the valley, and the fact that our people are cursed because of the Count's family, it can be difficult.
Cursed.
Oh yeah, Count Strahd von Zorovich, his entire family is the reason why we're stuck in... Well, that's quite disrespectful. We didn't need to spare it. Anyways, what ended up happening was, his family, we as his subjects bear his curse in many ways. We have been stuck in this valley for generations now. No one can leave. Some people can come in, and few that do usually don't last very long. But it's all okay. Count Strahd promised he will get us out of here eventually. He has a plan, he said. He just needs the stars to align.
Let me get this right. You can't leave the valley.
Oh no, we've been shrouded in a mist, well, as far as anyone can remember.
Why?
I will roll a quick history check to see if I know.
You know what?
I have no idea.
Serve your people well. Fuck.
Valak, are you sure you don't want to see an apothecary? You seem very sickly.
I'm fine.
As you desire. Well, I'll be preparing our people to march. It's about a day or two to Kresk, depending on our speed.
Sure. Maybe I'll join you. I need to go speak to some of these Vistani people, though. See what they're about.
She kind of reaches her pocket and gives you 50 silver pieces. This is being so helpful.
Keep it.
No, it's okay. Coin is plentiful. Blood is a rarity.
Right, okay. Sure. I'll take it. Put it in me little pocket, I guess.
We'll be departing, I would say. Well, it's early silver gray, so probably within the next shift.
Yep. Sure.
We'll probably camp out at nighttime, but it's fine. We know how to travel lightly overall. And you see her head out towards the western gates. Yourself.
I'm gonna start making my way towards that Vistani camp that I saw earlier.
On the far south, or outside of town.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You make your way once again through the town. As you do, you see, like, as you kind of get past the actual urban area of this town into the outskirts, there seems to be, as you walk past it, like a building with a sword on it. I don't know if that would even catch Valek's attention beyond that, and the fact that it's a bit run down. But as you continue ever southward, eventually you can head outside if you desire. As you are making your way, you see upon the hill maybe 2 score, no more. A small gathering. There's maybe 6 heads of tents you see with their tips on a hill just beyond the town walls, but very clearly distancing themselves away from the refugees, not even intermingling with them. And as you approach, you can hear like, gypsy music, very upbeat, energetic, fast-paced, some people even dancing. The tents are open-ended. There's no actual flaps to hide them. It's more just for the sky to keep the rain away.
I walk into their camp.
Okay. As you stumble in, the first thing you notice amongst the Vistani is that there is some dusk elves here. All men, not a single woman in sight. Most of them look elderly, going grey. From I don't know how much Valak would know of the elves, but these elves by human standards look ancient. Otherwise, as you continue ever deeper, you catch the eye of some individuals. They kind of look to be almost twins, but not quite. But they make their way towards you in a bravado. They seem quite interested in you. And one of them kind of twirling his mustache, and the other kind of bruising his own beard in a southern direction, seems to be eyeing you up. Valak?
I just stare at them.
Okay. Yeah.
What the hell are you looking at?
I don't know. What do you think? A Walking Dead man? Lubish? I don't know. Looks a bit like a shambling mound to me. Must be wizard work. Don't be bloody ridiculous. The Count wouldn't waste his breath on it like it was of him. Kind of looks you up and down again. Where you coming from, savage?
What's it to you? I noticed your people weren't in town taking part in the merriment.
Oh, we're not welcome. That's the thing about us. Untrustworthy, thieves, criminals. You should hear the things they whisper behind our ears. It's not pretty. Can you tell them about it, Lubesh?
Not pretty is an understatement. I can tell you quite fine stories, like how we steal the young and butcher the children. But it's fine. Tell me, aren't you a bit, I don't know, short of breath?
No, not particularly.
Yeah, you look like it. Your scalp's losing hair, and your skin is white as paper. And are those veins black?
What's it to you?
Like I said, you're how do you say it again, Aragil? An oddity. An oddity, yeah. An oddity. You were just contemplating. Why is there a shambling dead man in our camp? You some kind of ghost?
You can say that. To see what your people are all about.
I mean, these are not our people per se. We're from Malaki, but we prefer the company of the gypsy.
Good for you.
They don't really take kindly to strangers, so we usually speak on their behalf. So, what is it that you want?
Like I said, I just came here to see what the people here are about.
It depends on what business you bring. Do you care to trade? You here to spar? You here for a card reading?
Card reading. What cards would they read?
Some say your fortune. Others, your doom.
Unfortunately, my doom has come and gone. Ugh. Your people are travelers. Or these people.
What of
I heard news of a curse on this land.
Aye.
That stops people from being able to leave.
Ah, the wrong kind of people. You see, we have the ability to travel between the mist.
Oh, that's cute. Then do me a favor and fuck off.
Hearing this guy. Why would we do that? We bring business.
Business. Turns and looks at the town, turns and looks back at them. Right. Business. Who is your leader?
We don't have a leader.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
We're a free folk.
Yeah, sure. Free folk, my ass. They're not fucking land. Oh. I was hoping to learn more about this land, but clearly you hairy bastards aren't going to be of any use.
Well, why don't you cough up some coin? And maybe we have some answers, eh?
No. It's been fun. I need to go do stuff.
Okay. Where would I like to head?
When I head back to the goddamn refugees. So, the stony bastards aren't trustworthy.
Fair enough.
Yeah, you stumble your way back to the refugee camp, and Asher Logfall, and Irene have already prepared them. You see the tents have been rapidly gathered, and as you see them getting stumbled together, eventually, she's kind of already packing some of the donkeys, and she notices you. Ah, Malik, your timing is impeccable. We are just about to depart, maybe within the next less than an hour.
Good to hear.
Are you okay?
Yes, I think I'll be joining your people in your trek west.
How was the Stani? You haven't been mugged, have you?
Not that I'm aware of.
Fair enough. Swindled?
No. Though I fear they may have tried. It's good.
It happens. Come, you can travel with us. As long as you can carry your own gear. No lollygaggling, eh? And they slowly but surely prepare their equipment to proceed to head west. I assume we're going to accompany them the entire distance?
Yeah, sure.
The destination is Crest. You are aware of this. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. It's been about 45 minutes. Clevy, Devi, you here?
No.
Nice. Right. Meanwhile, in Kresk, you awake.
No.
So, John, and obviously Elissabeta, me having to be NPC. You awake in her house, and Reinhardt, you obviously wake up with Baron Dimitri. I assume we're going to make our way outside, John, into Kresk itself, or do you have any morning preparations you like to do?
No,
Okay. John?
Is Elissabeta awake?
Yeah, she's honestly a very light sleeper.
I'm gonna go wake her up.
Okay. Sure. You stumble in her bedroom. You kind of slowly creep on her. She seems to be like kind of twisting and turning in her sleep. And how do you want to wish to wake her up?
Oh, I'm not gonna creep at all.
Oh, nice.
I'm just gonna walk, and I'm gonna go tap her and go. It's time to wake up now.
Just another 5 minutes. And like she turns away from you.
I'm gonna go look at the window. Is it bright daytime? Or what would be considered in Barovia bright daytime?
It's definitely like bright silver, yeah.
This is daytime. We will be going now before we lose. I will look back at the sky and go, yep, that's enough sleep.
I don't know what time it is. I just wanted another few minutes. Okay. And like she kind of shambles to a bucket of water, splashes on her face, wakes up. Come on, we're not gonna get to Zeidenburg in this, right? And she like has a bit of a fresh meal, pulls out one of her rations, has breakfast, and heads out to look for Reinhardt. I assume John, you're gonna accompany her.
Yep.
Okay. Right. You, John.
Kresk, sorry to cut you off. Kresk is like a small farm town, right? Like just
A hamlet, less than 100 people, yeah.
hamlet, maybe some, but there will be like a farming plot, right?
There is. I'm happy you asked. Yes, there are farmsteads on the west of the hamlet.
I will await you here once you have found Reinhardt. I'm off to go and find some food. I'm gonna go and look for like one of these little hamlets. One of these like farming hamlets.
Okay. Yeah. Obviously, Reinhardt. Where would you go, Reinhardt? First thing in the morning?
I think I wake up. I would probably eat one, and then I go out. Most likely, I'll probably be exploring the little hamlet. What's there to offer?
Okay. Yeah. You step outside, and the first thing you feel is the cold in your bones. This far northwest, just on the cliffs on the mountains, it seems like there is an eternal winter, like kind of stuck in place upon this land. You notice first things first, there is a beautiful, vibrant, colorful, like pool of water on the west of the hamlet. There is a overbearing church at the top of the hill, and the rest of the palisade is kind of built out of mortar and wood. It's quite basic, but it seems to protect them from wildlife. It's manned by a range of men, from young boys, no older than, I would say, 16, to elderly men in their 50s. Most of the women seem to be gardening, each in their own little plots, working what seems to be cabbages and turnips and whatever can be grown in semi-frozen land and ground. There is some wild swine. You can see it running between your legs sometimes, as well as chickens. Though there is an absence of farming. Though you have definitely seen farmsteads just outside the walls. If I had to describe the buildings, they're mostly wooden, Strahd, covered in snow. Barely any snow outside of the church or the top of the hill.
It reminds me of home. I am going to go up to the church.
Okay. You make your way slowly but surely, climbing through the sludge of the intermingled wet snow, kind of climbing ever higher, this pathway that kind of interweaves into the hill in a zigzag formation. But eventually, you reach the top, and as you kind of enter, you stumble upon a somewhat well-kept land. This now has like a thin layer of almost like a seasoned salt, if I had to describe the paths. But the grass itself is covered in a light trickle of snow. There seems to be overall in well-kept condition. And as you walk around, there is a young black-haired boy, maybe 14, 13, with a shovel. He walks almost crooked, however, but no there or there. But he does walk around with a shovel. He seems to be kind of taking care of the flowers, minding his own business. And the doors to the abbey are wide open. They seem to be fanning it out, allowing some of the fresh air in.
Yep, I'd like to go in.
Okay. You enter the church. Could you give me a quick history check?
Do I have to?
I mean,
Yeah, that's fine.
I was going to determine what I'm going to tell you based on the roll. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you immediately, from your family, remember that there was a handful of saints in Barovia, and their churches are sites of pilgrimage. In many ways, Reinhardt, in the moment, is committing almost a pilgrimage of his own, intentional or otherwise, because this is St. Markovia's sanctuary. And because of that very high 18, I'm actually going to say you probably know that the pool is magical, divine in nature. And many people praise it as able to heal any wound and feel refreshed. Otherwise, as you enter, there is a few candles dotted around the place, and some people in mass praying. And you see this like what seems to be youngish abbot, a woman in her midlife. She's dressed humbly in front of a mosaic of a dawn rising above the clouds in the church, and she's praying to it. But overall, there is a eerie silence outside of the flickering of the candles.
You know the pool that you said?
Yeah.
Can I go to it?
Yeah, of course. You leave the priests in prayer and you make your way back towards the pool, making your way down to the bottom, halfway down to the bottom of the hill. Eventually, by the edge of the walls, you stumble upon a effigy of what seems to be a woman in prayer, stretching out her arms under a branch. What's the English word?
What, this?
Yeah,
Gazebo.
they call it gazebo.
Yeah, it's basically a gazebo, yeah.
English, man. English, what a language. Okay, yeah, so inside the gazebo, there is a... There's no way. I'll look this up. There's no... Anyways,
No, that is actually called a gazebo.
there's no... No, I believe you, but like, I refuse. Surely. Oh my god, it is. It's literally called a gazebo. I learned English today. So, inside the wooden gazebo is an effigy of a woman in prayer spreading out her arms in greeting. And below her, despite the frozen cold, Reinhardt, is a beautifully vibrant, like navy intermingled with baby blue pool that seems to be almost pulsating at all times. And every time it does, every time you see a snowflake land on it, it kind of just gets pushed to the side, almost if a gust of wind.
I would like to cup some water.
Yeah.
Drink some.
Okay. Right. I got it here. It is a almost, if I guess, drinking lemonaded water, where your mouth proceeds to salivate and you feel this sense of refreshment and new rejuvenated energy, or if almost, I guess, chewing a mint. As an actual ability, if you have 2 points of stress, those go away. If you have a single point of exhaustion, that goes away, and you instantly recover all health. It is treated as a level 4 cure wound spell.
Oh wow. Okay, can I get my flask? Or an empty flask? Do I have one?
I don't know, your inventory. You should have a water skin.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I would like to top it up. I just want to pour it out and just get this one.
Absolutely. Yeah, you dip your water skin and fill it up to the brim. I'll say that gives you 2 uses. You probably chug half of it just for the fact of to get the same effect, because you put like what you said, palmful. Past that, yeah, you store it in. The pool seems to be an eternal source. It does not look like it has shrank.
Alright, I'm gonna say a quick prayer, and I am going to make my way back down.
Okay, yeah. You stumble your way back through the sludge, trying to avoid slipping with your heavy armor. But eventually you make your way into the heartland of Kresk again with the pigs and the chickens. And you find Elissabeta kind of strung like some short bow, it seems, of hunting. Though it looks a bit rustic, not rusted. And as she kind of eyes you up, where have you been? Jesus Christ. We've been trying to make our way down to Zeidenburg. Come on. And she kind of like throws it over her shoulder and heads westward towards the gate that seems to be leading towards like the woods / farmsteads.
Okay, and exactly where is John?
Grabbing food like a rabbit. And she continues her way towards the farmstead.
Don't you mean the Bellevue?
I know. I think he's heading back to his house. It's actually just beyond the farmsteads. I'll take him. Come. And meanwhile, whilst Reinhardt and Elissabeta make their way, very quickly switching back to John. John, you walk around the frozen over abandoned farmsteads. But you can tell that these used to be farms by the plowed land that has now almost like kind of mounds shaped in perfect ditch lines. But there is no food here or a living soul in sight. Just past the farmsteads, you see a domineering mansion, about 4 stories high.
This is just past.
Yeah, just west. Literally just west of Kresk.
Can I turn back to look at the hamlet?
Yeah.
This is definitely a step above everything else in here, right?
These farmsteads would be no more than about 40 feet out of the palisade.
On the mansion?
Oh, the mansion. The mansion is like maybe 200 feet just beyond the farmsteads, but it's like at top of a semi-frozen cliffside, where I would describe it almost as tundra.
I need to make a conscious choice here. Alright, I'm a roll a D100.
So you're not making a choice, you're letting the dice decide.
Well, the alternative is I just go back. I'm
Okay.
leaving this up to chance. Anything above a 50, I'm turning back.
Oh my god. Oh my
Alright.
god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
I will take my first step away from my mission.
Yeah.
And start running up to in a casual pace to this mansion.
Okay. Reinhardt and Elissabeta, you both kind of step into this open field beyond the palisade, making good time because obviously Elissabeta is a native. And you see this hard to spot sometimes, but covered in his iconic robe. You notice a white rabbit skipping, quite literally skipping, through the snow in high speed towards the mansion in a casual stroll. Do you wish to do anything?
Is that what I think it is?
Oh yes, that's House Bellevue. And he denied it. I told you he's a Bellevue.
Well, right then. Let's go follow him.
Okay. Yeah. Jumping back to John, you skip down towards the mansion, and as you close in on it, you, though the mansion itself should be covered per se in snow, instead, though many of the trees here are withered, and the land itself ranges between a yellow and a burnt, orange, of the tundra, with some of the surviving greenery that does here being more moss than actual grass, anything like that. Again, like I said, on top of the cliffside. The mansion itself seems to be lit inside, and you don't see anyone outside at the moment, but it looks like not in ruin or in any way abandoned per se. And above the gates, you do read a word. Are you literate, actually, John?
Well, I mean, I have enough intelligence I have 13 intelligence. I would say I'm not illiterate.
Okay.
I should be.
Well, like you said, you're a construct. You make out one word, and it definitely says Bellevue.
I will begin to sneak.
Roll me a stealth check.
Bastard. That's a natural one.
Okay. Okay.
That's
Well-
a horrible roll.
You're convinced you are stealthy as they come.
I'm an inspiration. But
Okay. You're
I'm
re-rolling it.
not taking that.
You're not rolling a natural one. How
I'll take
about...
the 10. I'll take an 11.
Okay, that's a natural 5. Yeah. You okay. Yeah, we can make this work. With a 11, Reinhardt and Elissabeta, you see John, what seems to be as you're closing in on him in good speed as you're dredging through the snow, attempting to sneak. Reinhardt, obviously, you know you have very little chance of pulling off any successful mission involving subterfuge with your heavy armor. But even you know that, by God, this rabbit is loud. He kind of crunches into the snow, pulls on the side and creaks of the wooden planks as he walks up the stairs. And there are like flickers of lights above. You clearly can tell with Elissabeta he's triggered something inside, but sadly John seems to be unbeknownst to him, as he stealthily, to his mind, stumbles ever inward. Right, jumping back to John's POV as the rest of the party closes in. John, you step through the gates, and it's a very small courtyard, a well in the middle, and about 3 doors going in each direction. One clearly a veranda with attached kitchen, and you see definitely silhouettes moving inside. On the other side, you see a curtain covered 2 windows and a door that seems to be leading, you assume, into a bedroom or private chambers. And the last room you can see is a dining hall, and again you see, or at least you assume it would be a dining hall from the gigantic table you see inside, and I mean gigantic, like a mess hall. And within, again you see silhouettes shambling about, some of them standing, some sitting, but you can't really make out anyone from the reflection of the light and the snow. It's almost blinding. You actually cannot spot clear features inside.
Do they seem to be acting aggressively? And I will be on the lookout for anything.
You are free to give me a perception.
That's a good roll.
As I actually refresh my roll 20.
That's a 24.
24.
I'm also going to be like actively looking out to see if anything is coming or like towards me.
Okay, right. Sorry, there we go. I'm back. Yeah. With a 24, I would say you have felt that you have been quite sneaky. But despite this, Reinhardt and Elissabeta make a lot of noise outside as they have not attempted to be sneaky. And you notice them with your 24 kind of coming in, making clamping of metal and weapons sheathed against the scabbards. And as that takes place, you kind of scan above and you notice definitely movement that now is kind of peering into you. And you see like what seems to be a silhouette with 5, maybe 6 eyes peering through the window, staring at you. And then kind of, as it notices, look at it, vanishes back into the shadows. Whilst that's taking place, you notice that some of the silhouettes have kind of vanished slowly but surely through the ground floors, and more curtains have gone up. But no one's actively made an attack or moved against you.
And you said that they have noticed me.
You can definitely tell now that they have noticed you with an active 24 check.
Hello?
No response.
Well, you guys Bellevues.
You're talking to Sal in the courtyard, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Reinhardt and Elissabeta, you catch up to him, kind of talking and shouting out, "Hello, you Bellevues?" And no response, but you can hear the echo of his voice kind of ringing through the courtyard into the rest of the house. Reinhardt, as you enter, you notice that curtains have now kind of started been covering the entire ground floor, so you can't see any movement or lights coming in or out. Though you can still see shadows above you in the second floor windows moving, or at least blurry shapes.
Right. Wait, hello?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yep.
Cool. Yes, sir. My MacBook froze. I'm gonna call out. John? John, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
You just hear it around the corner.
It's me, Reinhardt.
Okay. I
What
thought
are
I
you
told
doing here?
Elissabeta. Exploring. I thought I told Elissabeta to wait by the house.
She dragged me here.
You didn't think I'm gonna abandon you, did you?
I mean, I didn't go anywhere.
I mean, it looks like you went home, John.
I'm not a Bellevue.
Then why are you in the Bellevue mansion?
Told you. I'm exploring.
Sure. Well, why don't you go pop inside, meet your family.
I'm gonna pause for a minute. And then I'm gonna start walking towards the entrance. And as I do, I'm gonna go. You're not intellectual, are you?
What, me? I am the sharpest woman you have ever met.
You're as sharp as the pages of a dull book.
Don't scoff, Reinhardt. I've just been
And
belittled. It was not
then I'm
funny.
gonna. And then I'm gonna mutter under my breath as I walk forward. The quill's master deep mantle uses to write on are sharper than you are. I said under my breath.
John! And I assume you stumble away?
Oh yeah, I'm just gonna go walk through and then keep an eye on everything.
Yeah, okay. You make your way deeper through the courtyard, and eventually you reach one of the doorways. I assume you're going to try to enter?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
I will push the door open slightly. And if I'm assuming it is a door, correct?
Oh yeah, it's just a normal wooden door.
And I will peek in. And then I will walk through once I know there's nothing immediately behind the door.
Okay. You kind of push the door a bit inward, step slowly in, scanning the area, and it's quite well lit. The first thing you notice is that there is oak furniture everywhere, and fine, I would say, tapestries, and even drawn in mosaics on the walls of what seems to be now slightly decaying artworks of nature and men and women fighting in battles and scenes you don't really recognize. There are chandeliers above you, what looks to be made out of copper, and or at least bronze, and the chandeliers themselves have fine new candles that have not been used too often, but burning and lighting up the room itself. As you enter deeper, you realize it's empty. It's a dining hall, but it's empty. This dining hall, you don't need to roll anything. You can definitely figure out it's probably maybe like for 2 score or so for people. There is about 42 seats. As to the rest of the party, Reinhardt, do you follow?
Yeah, man, I'm gonna stay out here.
Okay. You and Elizabeth stumble in behind John, and like I said, you also see this vintaged. If I guess I have to describe it, 19th century aristocratic house. And as you stumble around, kind of scouring the area, Elizabeth kind of starts to shake a bit. Are we sure about this? Are we really doing this? They're cursed.
Look, why are they cursed?
I don't know why, but they're outcasts. We don't have them in the village for a reason.
I think it's fine.
I mean, sure, I guess, yeah, we'll be fine. I don't think so, but as long as you feel confident, be my guest, go first. I'll stay back.
Will do.
Right, John, I assume you're leading the way?
Yeah, I actually will. Hold on. Just want to see something.
Okay.
Just bear with me, please. I'm just looking at 2 cantrips.
You're scanning what you
You
have.
with the focus, you can cast it once in a spell slot. Do I get like an eerie kind of extremely silent vibe?
From the movement and the hustle you saw from earlier, it has now become very dead quiet, yes. You can hear the creaking of wood above you, and Reinhardt, you hear almost like hooves of a horse riding on the second floor. But whilst that's happening, you're down here, kind of in the dining hall.
But why? Please tell me I'm not the only one who heard who's in the house.
I told you this place is cursed.
And I cast guidance on myself.
Of course you can. Yeah. You start to shine brightly as you cast guidance on yourself.
I'd like to keep looking around.
Okay. You're gonna stumble to the double doors on the right, or you're gonna head towards the open kitchen?
Good. I
Another
don't know why that rolled with advantage.
another perception. Okay. Yeah. You.
There's supposed to be a guidance on that. Hold on.
Yeah.
26.
Okay. In the kitchen, you don't see anything. Though you can see that there is a mixture between what smells like basin and what seems to be boar. Your senses of a rabbit kind of pick it up, and other wild animals. But also, like, it seems to be wild berries, raspberries, stuff like that. And it seems like they're trying to cook some kind of porridge, or maybe like a goulash. Obviously, I don't know how much John knows about food, but turning to your right, there's with that very high 26. I would say you can hear a straining of the rope on that double door.
There's something behind there. I can hear it.
You're 100% certain.
I'm confident.
Okay. I'm going to use a divine sense.
Okay. The second... What is a 30-foot aura?
60 feet.
And it detects evil and chaotic, or just evil?
Detects celestials, fiends, and undead.
Ooh, okay. I would say you do not notice or feel anyone in a 30-foot radius.
Hold on. Just making sure this is absolutely correct because divine sense was changed, right? So
Mm-hmm.
as a bonus action, you can open your awareness to celestial fiends and undead for the next 10 minutes or until you're incapacitated condition. You know the location of any creature of those types within 60 feet of yourself, and you know its creature type. Within the same radius, you can also detect or detect the presence of any object or place that has been consecrated or desecrated.
I would say you don't. Yeah.
No, that's fine.
You don't sense any fiends or anything like that, or even celestials. But you can definitely hear people walking around you above and in the other rooms. As that's happening, who has the highest passive perception?
15 should be the highest. So me
Sorry.
and maybe Elissabeta.
Right, let's do a very quick stealth check at +6. Okay. All of you notice someone running through the snow in the courtyard behind you. I will give everyone a reaction as they are charging at you from behind the door.
Yeah. My reaction is I'm gonna put my shield up. If they do come and attack, I've got them blocked with my shield. And I'll just think, should I use my shield master?
Okay. I will say, I will continue to roleplay as Elizabeth. She stands behind you, taking the dodge action, using you as a body shield for an additional 2 AC. And jump.
I'm gonna punch it.
Okay. Roll to attack.
+3? Why is my unarmed striker +3?
Cause you weak boy. No.
Be based on my. Is my attack not based on my dex?
Is your attack not based on your dice?
My dex.
No, I do believe it's strength for monk.
How unfortunate. But 22 damage. I'm sorry.
Okay. You turn around. You jump up into the air. You fly kick whatever's coming, and you collide with its head, and it flies and slides right in front of you, Reinhardt. And at your feet, you see if I had to describe it, like a half lizard, half man creature laying unconscious at the 3 of your feet. That was to hit. Sorry, 20
Yeah, hold on.
A whole 2 damage.
I need to figure this out because that's not a dice. That's
You
just
should
a
have
straight
a
up.
thing called dexterous strikes or something that's meant to turn your unarmed strikes into
It's a dex.
dexterity
Yeah.
based, and also you're meant to be rolling a 1d6 plus your dexterity for damage.
Yeah, I know, which is what I thought, but I don't have that as an option for some reason in my.
Cause you stink, bitch.
I don't have it as a. The monk class, she is so weird. That dexterous shove and grapple. Attunement guidance. Bonus unarmed strike. It's so weird why I don't have that.
Let me open your character sheet. Let me see what's happening here.
John Shikigawa.
Hold on. Honest, can you give me the ability to create an additional character?
Do you not have it? You should just be able to press character plus character, no?
I click on it and nothing appears. Hold on, I'll reload.
Because I already gave
Extra attacks.
Ah, yes, okay, cool. Save changes. Alright, hold on. Build a new character!
Monk.
Monkey!
An armored strike. +3 to attack.
Level 4.
I might actually have to make another thing. Bonus unarmed strike, martial arts dice. Yeah, I actually have to write in my dexterous attack. It's not giving it to me.
I don't even see it in your list.
Yeah, because that's what I'm saying. It's not there. Proficient. Dice is D6. Bludgeoning. And that's it.
Strength. Dexterity. Choose a feat. Fuck you.
I found where it is. It's
Hello.
Right, roll for it.
Crafter.
So you whack them, roll damage. There you go. That's more reasonable.
Let's go.
Much better. Okay. Okay, well, it doesn't actually go down. Ooh, okay, Reinhardt. Ooh, this is gonna get interesting. This is gonna get real interesting. Yeah, you jump up, collide with the side of its head, and it kind of stumbles, but its momentum carries it forward, and I'm gonna roll a d4, and if it's anything... actually, no, it can't be. It has to be Reinhardt only. He's the only one standing in the doorway. So, Reinhardt, I'm gonna try to break your AC. I'm rolling an advantage because I'm charging you. And I don't break your AC. That is a 14. So Reinhardt, what ends up happening is as John jumps up and sucker punches this creature on the side of the head, you watch his gigantic horns crash into your shield, but you hold firm and push it backwards, and you realize that there is a 7-foot tall, gigantic deer man in front of you with like a reptilian tail and legs, and then it lifts his punch and tries to punch you in the face, John, for a 11, which doesn't, because you just easily dodge out of the way, kind of ducking low with your 2 7-foot tall bull. I will say, first person who can respond, rolling the initiative.
Oh, okay, wow.
I don't know why that's... Hold on. Should not be able to budge. That's a 14.
25. Dirty 20. Elizabeth got 12. Nice.
That's a 14 for me. I don't know why the advantage is there.
Okay, so it is going to be Mongrel last. So I'm saying Reinhardt, then John, then Elizabetha, and then Mongrel. Go. You have this gigantic deer lizard man thing in front of you, Reinhardt. He's trying to punch you to death. Or at least John. Do you wish to do anything?
Non-lethally, I'm gonna attack it.
Okay. Roll damage. It has no armor.
Really?
Literally no armor.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was called martial arts attack. I found it.
Your mod is higher than its armor. Nice.
Ah.
Right. You lift your what was it? Mace, right?
Morningstar, yeah.
Yeah, Morningstar. You raise your Morningstar and you club it through the side of the head, and immediately it slumps down unconscious in front of you. End of combat. Like I said, you have this deer-headed, long antlers, lizard-like tail, and hooves for feet, and human body creature in front of you, laying there unconscious, kind of dribbling all over your toes, Reinhardt, as you knocked out prone.
Okay. John.
Yes.
He said your name.
Did he say my name?
No, that was me out of table giving him his action.
Oh my god, why did he judge it? You confused me.
My sincerest apologies, Reinhardt.
I don't even know who it is.
Yeah, immediately Elizabeth's like, told you he's a Bellevue. He even looks like a Bellevue.
I'm not a Bellevue.
Is that your long lost cousin on the floor?
Right, anyway.
Let me roll a D100. Anything above a 50, I'm starting to get annoyed. No, that's not my long lost cousin. I have no cousins.
What is that abomination anyway? And
It looks like
poking. Starts poking with a bow.
an amalgamation of creatures.
But can I detect any sort of magic from it?
Roll me an Arcana.
With guidance, I'll roll the D4 separately, because for whatever reason it won't allow me to. 17.
You feel a strong presence of a curse here.
Well, whatever it is, it's definitely cursed.
Okay. Is it like a advanced type of curse? Kind of restoration, a lesser restoration, sort out.
I would say it's quite embedded into the entire bloodline.
Got it. So this must be a Belfior.
Well, whatever it is, I say we get the hell out of here and make our way to Zeidenburg. I did not sign up for a merry adventure in a cursed mansion. And she looks at you, John.
I suppose you are right. But at the same time, we are technically here. And we're not in any danger.
You know what? You're right, John. Reinhardt, you lead the way, my shining armor.
Right, let's get out of here.
Okay. Well, so just to confirm, Reinhardt, you heading out and John, you're going deeper?
Yes.
Yeah, I think I am.
Okay. Right. Reinhardt and Elizabeth, you step out into the courtyard as John heads by himself into... Where are you heading, John?
Mogo looks through the door. I'm gonna just push it open and then jump back.
I will give you an advantage on a deck save.
I'm gonna jump to the side of I'm
Yeah, I'm giving you advantage. DC 15 on your deck save.
Pixie.
Yeah.
Does guidance apply to deck saves? No, I didn't do checks.
No, I think it's just a bit.
No.
However, oh well, hold on. I still have more feats because are they good? Oh, I failed. I didn't fail it, so it's fine.
Right, you only take half of this, so 14. As you approach the door and you even slightly try to move it, you hear the rope snap, and your rabbit senses tingle, and you jump to the side, and as you do, something crashes through the door.
You'd call this an attack, correct?
This is a trap.
Damn.
You jump to the side, and immediately a gigantic wooden log splinters the door, making them fly in all directions as it kind of clips the side of your toes as you spin but land somewhat safely on the side, avoiding the vast majority of the wound. Yeah, like I said, only 14 points of damage. But now you have a clear view of what's beyond, and as you look through the doorway, you see a gathering of, I would say, over a score of mongrel creatures of all kind, from goats and wolves to pigs and what seems to be lizards and misshapen creatures, all with like basic weaponry and seems to be furs for clothes. They seem to be creating like a not a shield wall per se, because they're not trained combatants, but definitely like a crowd of militia, I guess. I'm ready to fight you.
You must be Bellevue's.
No one speaks per se, but at the word, some of them do tilt their head.
I wonder why they say I look like you.
One of them kind of like shambles a bit forward with a human head, but like a bear's body and like a I guess a hoof of a goat on one of its left legs.
Hey, long lost family member?
No, I'm not a Bellevue. I just keep being called one.
You look like a Bellevue.
I didn't even know this was where the Bellevues resided. I just came here.
Then you are a godsend. Tell me, is it safe yet to adventure to the Abbey?
I couldn't tell you. Not from here, you see.
Not from here. Where do you come from?
Waterdeep. On a
Water
technicality.
deep. Zarovich. From the lake.
I'm not sure of what you speak of, actually.
Are you from the lake? You said you come from deep water.
Oh, no. The city of Waterdeep. From outside of Barovia.
Ah. Unfortunate soul. Welcome. You shall be stuck here for eternity.
And it seems to like twist its tongue as it speaks, almost like a hissing snake.
No. Once I get in contact with Master Deepmantle, he will just release the spell, and I will be unsummoned. I'm only here temporarily.
Your master cannot reach you here. No one can reach us here.
I'm gonna pull the scrying orb and set it down.
Yep.
I keep trying to talk to him, but can't get through. And I'm just gonna tap the glass
And
on the orb.
Yeah, and it remains dark grey with no color vibrancy inside it.
Oh, you poor creature. You don't understand that you are not
And it kind of like starts sticking its head. Faerun, you've been dragged out. We are, how do you say, in a different place, stuck in time.
A realm.
Of sorts.
Master Deep Mantle should be able to traverse a realm.
Powerful wizard.
After all, he reenacted similar conditions and allowed me to find this place. He told me where to follow his brother's magic traces, and alas, here I am.
Coming in is never as hard as leaving. Well, go on, cousins. And he kind of like motions for them, and they start dispersing. As he starts kind of like rapidly, his bare body closing in on you, and he kind of sniffs you with his human nose. You are not real.
I thought I had said this.
I do not believe you, but you have no sense of aura or pungent smell. And he almost kind of like slightly tries to prod you with one finger. Real enough.
I'm simply here for a purpose. And then I will be gone.
Your master's mission. Well, if you could do me a service, I would be grateful. And he kind of reaches into his fur and like pulls out. The hell is this? I'm sorry, am I playing for Sea of Captain, bruv? Anyways, right, jumping back. Yeah, he kind of like leans into his fur and pulls out and holds it towards you. A like sapling. They've delivered this to one of the old gods.
I'm not sure where to find the old gods. Nor who they are, actually.
You'll find them. They have great stones littering the land. Just deliver it as an offering amongst my family, as a sincere apology. We deserve respite.
I'll look like I'm pondering something. Like you could see the look visibly on my face. I suppose I will. After all, it was this curiosity that led me through here. Okay, I can do that.
Thank you. And he kind of like, you see almost a releasing of the tension from his jaw. It seems he really kind of strained himself to speak. And I don't know how familiar you are with human anatomy as John, but his tongue seems to like struggle to stay in his mouth. It's clearly longer than his entire body can keep it.
I'm gonna take the seat and go, what are you?
Well, to the people, I am a monster, a shambling mound of freak. To my brothers and sisters, I am the father.
Do they all look like him?
A twist, yeah. Like I said, some are goats intermingled with like wolf, others are foxes and boars, some are bears intermingled with what seems to be leopards. A miasma of different creatures you might find in medieval European woods, with some human nature. Some have human arms on a potential horse body. Others, like I said, this gentleman has a bear body with a human head, but a goat feet. As to where they are from a game sense, they're mongrel.
Well, you seem to be a mixture of things. I suppose that would truly mean I'm not a Bellevue. At least I do not take the form of one, as I know I am a Harangan.
I've never heard of your kind before, but it has been a very long time since we've seen Faerun. Our lands have been abducted from peace. And he steps back. Thank you, little Harangan. And he allows you to leave unharmed.
Before I leave, can I take a look?
He kind of eyes you up, confused. At what?
The area.
Feel free. You're no different freak than us.
I'm gonna just take like quick ganders around the room.
Yeah. The room itself, like I described. How familiar is John with class and wealth and history and people?
Well, I would assume I would be able to differentiate from rich and poor.
This mansion looks, if at its prime, before it has clearly started to decay, though not in horrible shape, because clearly people still live here. Like I said, the mosaics on the walls are decaying and the paint is chipping, but it has beautiful art. There's clear chandeliers and fine tapestry that's ripped in places. You assume that these Bellevues at one point in their lives were well off and clearly a house of great renown in this place. But whatever is taking them, maybe as a reflection of their own state of affairs, the house, like them, is in ill repair. Not beyond salvageable, but clearly in decay. Overall, you have seen food that ranges from wild fruits and berries to wildlife that's been caught.
This is quite interesting. I see why the master has a fondness for such magic. And I'm gonna start walking out in between, like, the groups of Bellevues.
Yeah. Eventually, you stumble out to John and to Reinhardt and Elissabeta. What's taking him so long? Oh, there he is. Come on. You are here for a party or something? Come on. And Elissabeta starts like almost marching back to Kresk. But obviously, Reinhardt and John, what do you wish to do?
Go on, John. Let's go. Let's get out of there. We've got a long way to walk. Go.
And I will have to be keeping the pace of you, demons.
Okay. Right. Who wants to roll me d6s?
Yeah, Bill.
I cause guidance.
Oh my god. It's happening. It's happening. Boys, it's happening. Okay.
You encounter Strahd von Zarovich.
I love it. 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 I love
Nothing
it.
like a combat. I'll beat Strahd's ass.
You wouldn't believe me if I told you. Right. Reinhardt, John, and Elizabeth. You travel down the crooked paths towards Zeidenburg. The beautiful rising tide and some of the hopping fish and diving seagulls grabbing some of them once in a while. Almost a beautiful scene. And you, Reinhardt, especially can appreciate the southern reaches. You have never been here before. You heard things of this place, the beautiful expanse and the vast land, but you've never been able to appreciate it until now. And as you stumble ever southward with the party, eventually a thick fog seems to settle upon the descent coming up from the lake. And soon you are almost engulfed and can barely see, I would say, more than 10 feet in front of you. How would the party navigate themselves on the edge of these cliffs that drop about 30 feet into the lake below and woodland as you try to follow the road?
Good. Where did this fog even come from?
I don't know,
Right.
What?
but it doesn't look natural.
Look, I have an idea. Get your government-issued 30 feet hemp rope. 60 feet. Tie it around your waist, and we are going to link it up with each other.
Oh, okay. And yeah, Elizabeth and you and I assume John ties each other with your rope, attaching one each other to another so you don't get lost in the mist. I will give advantage, but how for not getting lost from one another. But how do you wish to continue through this fog? Again, you can barely see more than 10 feet in front of you. Imagine it something like a 5 in the morning early dew.
No, so I doubt any sort of magical light will help, baby. It's fog.
Yeah, I know. Can I just stare at like the path
Of course you can.
and make sure every step is still on it?
Okay. Right. Roll a nature check, a path check, advantage for me.
Guidance.
Of course, of course. Wow. Okay. Nice. What a roll. Jesus. Okay. Yeah. You stumble your way through the woods, but eventually, a couple of times pebbles fall, and you do reach the edge of where you can feel is like the rising tide below you. But using your advantageous big ears and sense of smell, you avoid the lake and the woodland, and you cut southward ever towards Zeidenburg. Eventually, I need one more d6. As you can see it in the distance, but there's just one last push. 5. Oh my god. Well, Reinhardt, John, we've been here before. In a different lifetime.
You both fit it down!
As a party, you stumble upon the beautiful Lake Zeidenburg in the distance. And as you do, eventually, you turn around. You don't need to roll a perception check. And you see an onslaught of maybe 80 wild folk charging at you, covered in blood. Some with bows and others with spears. And you once again, the church bells ring for Zeidenburg. What does the party wish to do, if anything? I would say they're about 120 feet away from you as they're charging out the woodland.
That doesn't look good.
No, that is not good.
Would you say that they are coming to us?
DM, does it look like they're coming to us?
They're charging you.
They absolutely are coming towards us.
If you fall behind, I will leave you.
Fair.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna run. I'm sprinting. And
Yeah.
I'm using my shield to just negate all the. If they start shooting, I'm just using my shield.
Fair enough. Yeah.
I'm gonna start dashing.
Yeah. Same for Elizabeth. Or you start dashing. You're using your shield. I'll say advantage. Give me a dex save. DC 12. Zuman, you. No, Zuman, sorry. John, you are most likely faster than any arrows or spears. But
I have 100 feet of movement that dash.
You don't need to roll that. I will roll for Elizabeth.
Actually, because it's a dex space, I can just negate it.
Oh, beautiful.
That's if you succeed, I think.
That's
no?
if you succeed.
No. Oh wait, yeah, cool. Is it?
You fail is full damage. Half it, succeed means no damage. That's how it
Cool.
should be, but I don't know if they've updated it.
There you go.
Nothing. Yeah, you cover yourself with your shield. How do I roll for this? What's her name?
Should have the character sheet, no?
I have a character sheet, but I've never had to do this.
Okay, so click on. Do you see where the stats are?
I see the stats here. Dexterity.
You have two under there. You have mod. You have save. Click on save. Just click on the number.
Sure.
There you go.
She failed. Okay. Okay. Well, this is gonna get fun. Elizabeth takes 28 piercing damage.
Might want to start Misty Stepping, big dog.
I think she will. I think Tarek would if he was here. Yeah. Especially when I just lost over half my health bar in one turn. I'm down to 12 HP. So hey ho. Anyways, yeah. Reinhardt, yeah, you lift your shield. John, you just kind of like a rabbit, literally. You start dashing and hopping through the down the hill, and Elizabeth, kind of the only one slowing behind, gets kind of pierced through some of the arrows, pulling them out of her, and with that kind of and like starts misty stepping in front of you, John and Reinhardt, rapidly burning through misty steps, teleporting almost like a blink, ever forward. I will say. Again, an advantage. Just one more dex save from you and Elizabeth, John. I will give Elizabeth. Actually, I will give Elizabeth advantage on the basis that she's one, using Misty Step, and two, she's covered quite a distance. They dare not approach the walls within reason. How do I roll this twice? So press on dex and then press advantage, right? Okay.
Yes.
Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Let's see if this girl pulls this off. No way. No fucking way. Well, Tarek's not gonna be happy, is he?
Oh, no, okay.
Okay. Well, you snooze, you lose. Reinhardt. Oh yeah, Reinhardt. Wow, you take
No, that's fine. I'm using lucky.
Okay, go on. So, you're using the actual feat. Yeah, go on. Let's see if you get above 12.
Yeah, you know what? I'll firm it.
Fuck. Use inspiration.
No, I have lucky. I can use lucky again.
You're a human. You get inspiration just for going to rest.
Right. Lucky is only allowed to be used once per that skill check. Not
Inspiration. Oh no.
Wait, I don't get inspiration again, do I?
You're a human. You get inspiration every time you long rest.
Wait, that's true.
Yes.
5.5.
It's
Yeah.
a new human feature.
Alright, cool. So, should I roll dexterity again?
If you want to burn through initiative, your one-off thing, yeah.
Might take 31 damage, yeah, man. That's up to you.
I'll get it back. It's fine.
You're just,
no.
just so no initiative. Lucky use 3 times you rolled. Sadly, you take the thing. Right. Damn, you're down to 15. God damn. God damn. Right, so, yeah, John, you make it to the gate, and they kind of slowly open it for you, and you charge in just fine. Reinhardt, you're kind of dashing, and the first volley of arrows hits your shield, and so for compensation, they start dashing on the left side of you through the woodland and shooting from the side. And as you try to adjust for those arrows, some of them pierce you, and one lucky shot kind of clings you in the throat, and you realize, Jesus, and you're like bleeding out, and it's that one lucky shot almost killed you. You realize, and as you scan the area, you look back, and Elizabeth's on the floor, littered with arrows, maybe 10 of them. She's not moving.
Oh. Is it fair to say Elizabeth is dead?
She's unconscious.
If I go to help, I will die.
Tough decisions. You're about 40 feet away from the gate.
40 feet away from the gate?
Yeah.
I'm running. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah, you dash in as a dash action, I assume, into the inside of the walls, and you and John kind of like look back. Obviously, John, you're wounded from the boulder, and what's the word? Reinhardt, obviously, you just took a lucky arrow through the throat and almost died because of it. But your shield, especially, is just a wall, like a pincushion, just full of arrows. But you're alive. You're breathing heavily. Some of the guards kind of like make sure that you haven't been wounded too badly. One of them immediately starts bandaging your throat, Reinhardt. The other one kind of offers you a splint, John, for the paw. From the, well, he doesn't know that you got hit by a log, but hey ho, he can see you're slightly limping. Whilst that's happening, you look out, and some of them, the men, kind of like reach for Dawn Stars, and they kind of nod, and immediately you guys see the gate close in front of you on Elizabeth's body, and some of the men on the wall say, "Look at them. We're gonna fucking butcher her." And I don't know if you guys want to run to the ramparts, but some kind of like start shooting with their bows, and you hear like thuds against wood, and it's a lost cause, Cap. You hear like I would say a movement maybe of half a dozen men, and they're gone. You don't know what happened on the other side of the wall. It's about 20 foot tall. Yeah. So, Reinhardt and John, barely alive, inside Zeidenburg. Elizabeth most likely dead.
Right. So they should be gone now, the wildings, whatever. The wild folks.
Yeah.
Can I go to Elizabeth's course?
Oh, of course, man. How are you going to go outside?
I think that is not the play.
No. I'm gonna go back down. I'm gonna tell them. Open up so I can go to my comrade's body.
Oh, well, your comrade's been taken.
Wait, what?
Yeah, the boys were trying to shoot them down, but they picked her up.
Unfortunately, Reinhardt, the best thing to do would be to let her go. While I did need her, I will get much further without being killed.
No, that is a good point. Very well then, John. Let us make haste together.
At the very least, we have arrived in Zeidenburg. It will not take us more than 2 days, I imagine, to search this place entirely.
What did Elissabeta say? Where can we find them?
Can I make a history check, just so I don't speak out of character. What exactly has Elissabeta said to me? I know
Oh,
that
yeah.
she's mentioned he was put into deep sleep and then eternal sleep and then killed by Sharans. God damn.
Yeah. All you know is he was murdered. You said that's impossible. You remember he was in deep sleep and you were a bit bamboozled. What's the word? You tried to remember that she did also mention.
I don't check the chat.
Honestly, don't lie or cheat that you want your promise. Courage.
Yo, go big man, go protect the weak. Yo, get back out there, big dog.
You have forsaken your mouse.
I'll just pay some gold and get them back.
I kind of hear Shia on the fallen knight. I'm kind of hearing the broken paladin. I'm kind of hearing it. Anyways, jumping back to the action just for a second with this absolute scoundrel for a paladin. Don't worry. I saw the pictures here. It's the one from Baldur's Gate 3, the Black Knight. Anyways, yeah. What a paladin! Just completely left it to die there. Crazy. Anyways, so can't wait for Tarek to watch the vid and be like, "How the fuck did I die?" And I'll be like, "Well, Tarek, the dice had spoken, and the party decided to leave you to be murdered off screen." Great. Anyways, yeah. With a 7, now that Elizabeth's gone, you have no lead, John. All you remember with a 7 is
Sure.
is Shah murdered her. You said no problem. She said no, it's not that simple. It's not just a person, it's a guard. You said impossible. And that it happened somewhere in Zeidenburg. That's all the leads you have.
If you were a human, which you obviously are, where would you go to get information?
An inn or a tavern. Always.
Oh my god.
Do you think you would be able to spot one?
Of course. It's wherever is the busiest. Where the people come flowing in and act good.
How are your wounds?
How are my wounds, honest? How much damage did I take?
You're down to 15
31.
HP. You took 31 damage.
1 year.
Oh. 31 damage.
Yeah.
I'm at 56. My total is 56, hold on.
You're 25.
25.
Yeah, 25.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, I'm gonna lay on hands myself.
You're able to heal.
Well, that's as much as I can do for now.
That'll be quite useful in... What was that?
You're quite useful in that.
I was not reading something. That'll be quite useful with to have on a journey like this. Oh. Perhaps sleep is a good idea.
Usually, taverns have rooms to rent.
I would imagine it's also quite late, no, honest? Since you made the trek.
I would describe it this as beyond Grand Night. Yeah, like we're approaching like iron black, maybe charcoal.
One, it's nighttime, and two, if we are to hunt for something which could cast a spell strong enough to harm Elarian, it would be a good idea to be fully restored.
I do agree with your judgment.
Lead on and find the inn.
Lead on I shall.
Okay.
Yes, I am going to go find a inn.
Yeah. Yeah, you eventually stumble upon the Grizzled Bear Inn, and the innkeeper welcomes you into his woodsmen and hunters inn. And as you kind of enter, Jonas kind of like with big fat mustache kind of greets you. Oh, hello, mate. Welcome to the Grizzly Bear. Best fish, only fish, all kinds of fish in town. And of course, some basic wildlife if you fancy. We got mason, we got boar, we got a bit of rabbit, we got a bit of deer. Sadly, we're running out of booze. I'm not going to pretend. I only got a grape squash at this point.
We are looking for a room,
A room.
to rent for the night.
You're in luck. And by in luck, I mean I'm the last available inn on this side of the river. Because I don't know if you knew there was a massive fire a couple of weeks ago. I don't know, some kind of explosion happened and then a massive cave-in. And my main competitor, the bloated leech, just imploded. It was glorious. I mean, now I have a monopoly. So that'll be about, I would say, 10 gold for one night.
10 gold for one night.
Or where are you going to be? On the street?
Perhaps we can come to some sort of agreement.
Depends. I mean, I got a lot of woodsmen and hunters here who are looking for a nice, roof and board. So what are you offering?
I'm gonna toggle like Reinhard's like armor.
I looked at it,
Is-
yep.
Is 10 gold a lot?
10 gold is absolutely ridiculous. Maximum usually like 1 or 2 gold.
Tell him we're not paying 10 gold.
I am doing that.
So, my good man, what you say?
I'm not paying 10 gold. I will pay less. 4 gold.
You look more than well off. 6.
5.
5 gold.
Can I offer this persuasion, please?
No, he's quite persuaded. 5.
Oh.
5. 5.
Is 5 a lot of gold?
5 is a lot of gold, but we can make that back.
Can I hop onto the chair nearby?
Yeah, of course you can. Ah! Malefander's light! A Bellevue!
I'm not that
He like lifts up
Please.
from the. He lifts his head back from the bar. Oh my god! My apologies, my dear patriots. Oh. Oh. Did I say 5 gold? You know what? No, make it 20.
We are very shaked upon it.
For you, yeah. This one. Oh my god! You didn't bring fleas into my inn, did you?
I'm gonna look at Reinhard and go, social construct means nothing to me. I will share his room.
Oh, yeah, okay. He like gives you the key, Reinhardt. Just Don't make a mess.
And he's not at Bellevue, as I take the key from him.
Yeah, well, I mean, just look at him.
I
on,
don't
John.
understand. I'm gonna hop on the chair and follow him.
Yeah, you'll have a peaceful, safe location you can long rest. Whilst that's happening, we jump back to my man Valek. My God. Right, Valek. You make your journey through the woodlands and you follow the roads with this refuge. And you obviously as an old veteran know you're making slow time. You will have to rest somewhere at least once in the night. I mean, you left quite late anyway. But whilst that's happening, you eventually stumble again upon the Valakian outpost, and some of them like stop the refugees and start inquiring as to what's going on. They have a few words of exchange, and then you see him, and he sees you, and he starts walking towards you rapidly. Be gone, you sick man! I says that in giant.
I respond in giant. So, I gave you the opportunity to leave this place alive.
You call this living? And he points to like a bandage
I
that
said
covers.
leave, you're still here, dumbass. You're a moron that stayed behind. No wonder you were fucking kicked out of whatever tribe you're from. You're too dumb to be a tribesman.
I have a sense of duty and responsibility. Words that you can't even comprehend, savage.
Yeah, duty and responsibility to those that oppress your people. Congratulations.
He like
I look at him and just go, and anyways, I'm here with my new friends. We're walking past.
he like looks at the gathering of villagers. There's no. He looks at his own men. He looks at your eyes.
Do you want to repeat last time?
You know what? You know what? May the three Fanes walk your path. And then
Yeah, that's what I thought.
And then in common, he looks at the villagers. Off you go! Come on now! And some of the soldiers do speak up like, Captain, are you sure? Shut your mouth, boy! Off you go! Come on! Night's coming! And yeah, you shamble through unstopped. Your caravans kind of like you can hear the creaking of the cheap wood, but you eventually make your way through. As you stumble through the bridge and then later follow the Luna River, you do have to set up camp. I will ask for at least 6 from you, because though I know you don't have to sleep, Valak, you will be one of the few men who is alive. Nice. Okay, Valak. You see a guy, one of the militiamen who's up with you, kind of smile at you, and then get up. I'm just off for a quick zip. And he walks through the woods, away from the camp. And you can hear him urinating. And suddenly you hear loud footsteps. And he doesn't seem to notice compared to yourself because of your high passive perception. And as you look to the left, through the woodland, you see 2 red eyes, and suddenly a gigantic maw snaps him and runs back into the woods with the man. He's gone almost as quickly as you saw him. Can you get one more d6 through the night? Because you literally don't have to sleep. So I'm triggering like every 4 hours an event's happening. Okay, 3. Let me just double check. Yeah, okay. You continue your watch. New men arrive, a bit bewildered. Has anyone seen Samuel? I've seen Samuel like all night. He's just kind of like he's vanished or something, man. Hey.
Man's gotta take a piss around there.
Oh, okay. And the gentleman starts stumbling in that direction. He kind of picks up a torch. Samuel, you okay? And as he kind of delves ever deeper, you see him like get torn to shreds, maybe 50, 60 feet away from the light by whatever creatures were in the dark. And you continue camping in the... Jesus Christ.
I look at his friends.
They seem petrified. Eyes open, heads shaking. They cannot believe what they just witnessed. And for the rest of the night, no one dares wander beyond the campfire lights. Returning back to you, Valak. Outside of that, the journey is mostly peaceful. You and your entourage reach the hamlet of Kresk that you, of course, did not see on your journey up north because you went through Yesterhill. The path's still fresh in your mind from your life long gone. But this hamlet is tiny. Maybe as big as a tribe at most, really. You see a handful of shacks and a very basic palisade. Amongst it, you do see a stone, what seems to be a structure at the top of the hill that you don't recognize, and a bunch of abandoned, burnt-down farmsteads to the west, as well as a over-barren, you believe they were called mansions amongst the foreigners. But as you scan the area, some of the people do head in, and they are about only a score, no more, are let in as quick exchange of goods. I do not know if Valak desires to do anything as they buy some basic groceries.
Well, yeah. So,
Yeah, eventually, you see a broad gentleman step out through the gates, and as you're kind of smelling the air, you smell a couple of things. One, there is an unnaturally, for you, I would say you can smell almost a poisonous mercury in the air. You can also smell, I would say, fine venison being burnt clearly inside the palisade and cooked, and some fresh herbs being dried out. Whilst that's happening, eventually the gates do open and the entire caravan gets let into Kresk. And you see a broad-shouldered, tall, bold black man step outside and start speaking in the distance with Irina as you kind of stand by the edge of the woodland, scouting the edges of Kresk. They seem to reach some kind of agreement. They shake hands, and eventually the entire caravan seems to disappear behind the palisade.
there's guards here, right?
They range, like some young teenagers, not even a stubble on their face. Others clearly elderly, going grey, silver in their hair. It doesn't seem to be heavily mounted. Maybe 10 men for the entire palisade.
I'll start walking forward towards it.
Yeah. They don't close the gate to you. Irina and this tall gentleman enter together and again have some kind of conversation in the distance that the winds kind of blow over for you to listen. But as you do enter, some of them on the palisade do look at you and your peculiar purple cloaks as you enter. But most do not pay too much attention to you. They scan the outside horizon of the woodland. The hamlet itself is bustling with life. For its small size, it's now tripled to almost 300 people, unbeknownst obviously to the exact numbers for Valak. But there is, like I said, goat, swine, chickens running between the streets. There's very little fencing. Some basic, it looks to be farming is being done in some of the outside wooden shacks. There is a major graveyard that seems to have been recently dug up and not covered back up, with grave robbers maybe being present in the area. And now that you approach at the top of the hill, you can definitely make out a roof of a stone building and fine masonry covering its walls. You assume it might be the fortress to this place.
I'll just look around. Can I tell where the smell of mercury is coming from?
Just towards the base of the hill.
I'll walk towards. I'll start following the scent.
Yeah, you follow the scent, and eventually you stumble upon a wooden gazebo with like a statue, reaching out in all directions, and the pool seems to just reek of this stuff. It's so repulsive. But some people seem to be gathering buckets of water that seems to never be quenched, or carrying entire water skins with them.
What are you doing?
This is our natural spring, sir. It provides for the little hamlet, though we're turning into quite a village, I say.
Smells like it's poisonous.
Of course not. Please. And he like cups of water and gives it to you if you wish to take it.
Take it, I'll drink it.
I don't believe you're immune to divine damage.
No, I'm not.
Okay. Oh my god. Oh my god. You take 25 points of divine damage. Yeah, level 4 cure wounds, baby. Yeah, the second the liquid touches your lips, if I had to describe it, it's if almost drinking fresh lemon juice with no sugar. You just kind of chug a bit, and immediately you're like, it burns. Your lips curl in, your throat feels on fire. And yet the gentleman seems to be enjoying his water skin thoroughly as he drinks it. You seem more parched than ever.
If a huntress take you, he throws the fucking thing into the goddamn pool.
Ooh, okay, yeah. As you throw it towards the pool, a gust of wind almost magically like pushes the cup away, so it doesn't infect the water, and it kind of like flies, literally kind of clanging off the wall.
Walk towards this goddamn gazebo.
Yeah, you approach the gigantic gazebo and you see a woman effigy clearly attached to it beneath from the weather above, and almost looks like she's reaching out and blessing the pool. That ranges between navy, I would say, but also light. What's it called? I'm so bad. Turquoise. Yeah, there you go, turquoise.
Stares at this effigy, this eulogy.
Yeah, the eulogy seems of a young woman, and she wears humble clothes, and above on the
effigy.
yeah, and above on the it is, and above on the gazebo you can see the inscription Saint Markovia.
Who the fuck? Stare at the goddamn effigy some more. Does it look familiar like any of the three fiends?
Oh, roll me a religion check.
For the love of the huntress. +0. Oh.
No, probably another foreign god brought upon this land that once belonged to you.
Shove your poisonous water up your ass. Ugh. You walk around.
Yeah, Where are you roughly heading? The town is mostly the same as described.
He'll walk towards that big stone building that you mentioned.
Okay.
The big building on top of the hill.
Yeah, you continue making your way ever upward, and eventually you stumble upon what seems to be a courtyard in good condition and well kept. But the ground is now covered in a blanket of snow. Not too deep. It seems to be mostly covered in salt, the paths, and you see like a groundskeeper tending to some of the flowers, as well as some priests wandering around, kind of sitting on benches and exchanging what seems to be conversation about something.
The fuck? Look at the stone building. How sturdy does this building look?
It looks of good masonry, in good like well kept and in good condition. Surprisingly enough.
I turn to the priests that sat down. And I'll just go, what is this place?
You must be a pilgrim. Are you not a pilgrim?
Sure.
Oh, it's the Abbey of Saint Arcovia in the name of Lavanda. Praise the Dawn Lord. May the sun ever come.
Prefer the Fanes.
The Fanes. Oh, you must be one of the old believers. I mean, your gods are dead, so you should really come with the times. Oh, she is in a small conversation. That's fine. Whilst that's happening, what's the thing? Oh my god, what is this? Right, sorry. Oh, I think she is back.
Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, they were just saying, yeah, the Fanes are quite gone. You should really get on with the times. They're dead.
And turn and stare at them. And then he'll, up here, on top of this hill. Can I look off into the horizon?
Oh, absolutely.
Do I see the hill?
Yes, you do. I don't have an image of it in miles away, but I have an image of it more up close. Yeah, you can see a black outline of like an old oak tree, thick and broad, with like red rosy leaves rising up into the sky above, on top of a hill, with casts intermingled with stone pillars.
And just stare at the priest and go, So then you think. So what? What's the point of this church? This temple?
Well, for the people, it's a place of sanctuary. You know, we provide healing and take care of the sickly. At times of sometimes assault, every 2 weeks on a full moon. Some people take harborage here to avoid the villains of the night. You must have seen them, surely. Two-legged men, wolf things, as well as I personally don't believe in them, but vampires.
Wolfman.
Anything's possible.
Just looks at them. Sounds like someone Sounds like someone got on the wrong side of one of the fiends. Full moon.
Oh yeah,
What
that's
moon
gonna
was
be.
it yesterday?
Well, there's usually no.
Think about it.
Usually there's no moon, but every 2 or so weeks, that's how we can follow the time. Usually there's an outburst of a navy blue sky, and then you know you have a full moon upon you. I think we have maybe 4 days, 3 days left.
See. Well, this thing Markover, who is she?
Well, she's a renowned priestess that stood up against the tyrant counts. He kind of like looks around. I mean, our honorable Count Strahd von Zorovich, and
Whoa. Stood up. The Strahd. Explain.
So during the initial polarization of these lands, many of the priests were not completely bought into the idea that I think they're called wild folk, should be converted, and that there should be a bit more of a peaceful coexistence. Strahd wasn't having it, and had them butchered for refusing to proselytize. It's a bit of an ironic thing, really. We brought the faith, they gave their life for the faith, and yet the faith is almost like shackled. Alas, she's nowadays known as an honorable woman and a saint amongst the Dawn Star.
Sounds like my kind of woman. He walks away.
Yeah, fair enough. Where are you heading?
Just turns around and starts walking down the hill.
Okay.
Stupid foreign gods.
Yeah, you stumble your way slowly but surely through the sludge back down the hill, and you reach the base once again of the hamlet that now has been freshly inhabited by almost 100 and I believe 60 so people, minus some casualties on the road, and it's now, I would say, a full-blown village more than a hamlet. The walls, definitely in the last hour or so since you've been up on the hill, have been manned by fresh new bodies, and the housing that used to be, you actually don't know if it was empty, but it's now full.
They're all wolfing here. This place won't fucking survive. Just walks around, just stares through the windows into houses.
Yeah, you see like maybe 2-3 families sharing a hut. Is quite a common sight. Some are spooked by you, just kind of staring through the windows inward, but they have been quite used to your quirky behavior.
The man in the purple cloak. The fuck is that, Rita?
You asked out loud.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the street, one of the people. She's with the Baron, Baron Dmitry Kroskov. He's inside his hut. And she kind of, the local Baron. He rules this hamlet.
Sure. Where's his hut?
She kind of points to like the center of town. You see a, probably the if I had to describe it, like a 2x2 windows basic hut, and like a large gravestone behind it.
Let's see. I'll make my way towards it.
Okay. You reach the outside of the hut. The door is closed. As you kind of stumble around the gravestones, you just you push it in. You walk in, and immediately Irina and the Baron turn towards you. Ah, this is my traveling companion Valak. He's a good man. Do not worry. A good man, you say? Oh, he just stumbled into my hut without even knocking. No manners, no respect, no dignity.
for dignity. You have a lake of poisoned water and you speak to me of manner and dignity, whatever.
The lake is not poison. The pool of Saint Markovia is a blessed lake.
Sure. I'm sure it is. Looks at you. Looks at him. You're a foreigner. Not one, goddammit.
I will let you know I am no foreigner. Though I did send off a couple of them to Zeidenburg. Funnily enough, twice now. And every time I do, they never come back alive.
I was gonna say, if you saw a big man with a shield, don't touch him.
I exchanged good spirits with him, I must say. You must be referring to Reidenhard.
You might be cursed.
Back...
The guy that touched him ended up with a horse's leg as arm. Big massive thing he was dragging it behind him. Anyways,
I guess in Barovia
just look around this room.
looks to see. Yeah, you scan the area of his hut and you see outside of his humble like basic wardrobe and bed and table where Nina and him are sitting. There is a boar head above the fireplace, sorry. There seems to be like a very visible trapdoor to the basement on the far corner. Above there is like candlelights and shelving of various potions of yellow or liquids and green that you maybe recognize, maybe you don't. There seems to be actually there is a strong smell of dry blood that you can smell in this hut.
Stare at him.
Okay. Arena, your companion is quite a character. Quite.
Just look around, try to tell where the scent of dry blood is coming from.
Wow, roll me perception.
Deception?
Perception.
Oh, perception.
Why does everyone keep hearing deception? Why would I want you to deceive where it is? It's below you.
Why does the ground stink of blood?
I had to cut some chickens up for food.
Now, look toward that trapdoor. Interesting. Anyways. I look at him. I look him up and down. How big is he? Is he broad-shouldered?
He's I would say a 6'4". For an elderly man, he holds himself very firm, extremely broad-shouldered. Unnaturally, he seems to, for his age, hold himself very strongly. You assume there is most likely he's of an athletic build, and his canines seem to be quite sharp. Yeah.
I heard that your village, hamlet, whatever the hell you people call it, was struggling with wolfmen. Looks around.
Fairy tales, hogwash, absolute malarkey, nonsense. I run this place. We don't run into wolfmen. At most, people just see things. And besides, everyone knows, lock your doors, lock your windows. and ignore the voices outside. Any child could tell you the same old rhymes.
Voices. Maybe
Yeah, it's
voices.
it's the same thing every night. Some ghost, some spectre, some superstition. It's not real. It's all in your head. Perfectly safe.
I'll turn and look at Irina.
The young girl kind of looks at you back, kind of eyes you up, looks at the trapdoor that you're looking at, looks back. Is something wrong?
Not particularly. Well, anyways, I've delivered you here now. I've got to go. I'm leaving. I need to go find this Prince Vasily and kill him.
Oh, he's in Zeidenburg. Last I checked, committing
Yeah,
basic.
south of here last time I checked.
Yes. Yes.
I'll pull out map.
Yeah.
Stare at it.
Yeah, it's just literally south down the road where you came from. Are you sure you're not going to stay for the evening?
Go to Yester Hill. I'll spend the rest of the night there.
Well, luckily for you, you'll catch up with that sickly man you described that turns men into demons. They left maybe a few hours ago.
We went south.
Yes, well, I mean, it's afternoon and they left in the early dawn, so you're not
Shit.
far. No, not far behind.
It's more freaks. Foreigners. I'll close the door.
Yeah. You close the door and you step outside the village. Are you heading south through Yester Hill?
Yep, I want to start making my way towards Yester Hill.
Oh, this is gonna get fun. Oh my god. Okay. I've been so excited for this. Okay.
Because it's literally like, whoa, fucking 2 hills over.
Yeah, literally. Yeah. So, you stumble into the late sunset, if you could have a sunset. And as you approach towards Yester Hill, you see a statue of Kavach and Wildman in the distance, worshipping and dancing in festivities. And on a stone slab, you see a navy-skinned pale woman in leathers. Her clothes already been ripped open, and a man with a knife praying above to the sun above. Coming hopefully of the sun above. And as you continue your journey, you see your own, I guess, these would be your descendants in worship. There is about maybe 100 or so of them here in the festivities. And just beyond the statue, you can see down the hill, the actual Yester Hill. You see high on the mound, 30 feet up, is the tree waiting. And people there also living. Seems to be like basic trinkets and bells. And one of the wildmen, who's nearer to you, maybe 20 feet or so, looks at you, recognizes you, and immediately drops on his knees and kind of like bows, and then lifts himself back up and waits for you.
What the hell is happening here?
In Giant, he responds, a great festivity, Valak. A great festivity. We're bringing justice to our forefathers.
Well, go on. Justice, right? Okay. Sure.
He was to join us in the
I'll stop
festivities.
What's the purpose of the festivities?
We are praying for rain. The shrine and the people, we need water. We cannot
Of
be.
the hunters.
We do follow the hunters. We have, in fact, brought
Yes,
prey.
I'm
Then he kind of looks back at the hill. Hopefully, the local hunt has paid off, eh? We caught a witch.
a witch.
Oh, yeah. She tried to scream some bloody murder about dark powers and how it'll eat us alive, but we know better. The huntress and the seer, they guide us all the same.
Guide you well, let's see. I'll stop making my way towards this goddamn gathering.
Yeah. Obviously, as you climb, many drop on at least one knee, bow their heads out of veneration for you as an ancestor. And as you kind of make your way up the hill, eventually you stumble upon the stone slab and you see this blood druid already with hands drenched, I would say up to the elbows, and a pile of bodies already skinned to the side and being used as face masks as well as some of them as face masks and others as just basic leather. You see, and actually, how much did Valet care about the original three when he met them on the road?
How much of them did he really see?
Well, you did look at them and you stumbled and talked to them for like a couple of minutes. So I'm asking.
So you probably recognize.
Okay,
If
yeah.
this is...
Yeah, you recognize the blue-skinned, yellow-eyed woman. She seems to be unconscious. And she's already been mostly stripped of all her things. And they're kind of chanting basic rituals in preparation for her sacrifice. And immediately one of them kind of lifts his a dagger. And people are already like, kill that witch! Kill that witch! And with the chanting continuing, you know that on the 10th drum, and you're already 3 drums in, she will be killed. And the music is already kind of picking up speed, and you recognize that they're laid out on the stone tablet.
You just walk forward, past the chanting crowd. Get close to the altar if he's allowed, if no
Of
one
course.
intervenes.
Yeah, you're within 10 feet. You're allowed to get within 10 feet, yeah.
You know, he just looks around and goes, how many people have you killed?
One of the people who's kind of like butchering the last victim. This will be the 11th. The 12th is the good luck, huh? Striking in the midnight.
Not a terrible idea. Maybe work. 3 days, this is my second human sacrifice. Okay. What? This one, she had companions last I saw her. Are they?
Sadly, they got away. They got inside the town, ancestor.
Zeidenburg.
The foreigners, they hunt us all the same. So it's good to settle the score, huh?
Could be.
7
What
drum.
should I actually do it?
Oh, what's her?
Stop that drumming!
Roll a persuasion check. Out of everyone you technically have entitlement, it is a DC 16.
I only got a +2.
14 plus 2 is 16. Yeah, as the 8th drum hits, they kind of wait for you to finish your conversation.
Idiot. Thing. Superstitious fools. I look around. You're killing civilians.
No civilians, no farms. No farms, starving soldiers, huh?
Look at the giant statue. Just like, I lived alongside that one.
We know.
He valued only strength. You are feeding him the weak.
Well,
And
what do
you're
you?
doing it on purpose.
Well, what do you suggest? Huh? How are we meant to
There's a
hunt?
breach.
Immediately. I can't. That poor man is having the worst weekend of his life. But yeah, continue, sorry.
He stole these people from Zeidenburg. Or whatever they call their little town. I'll look over the hill. Do I see Zeidenburg in the distance?
Oh yeah, you can from up here. You can see it. It's half a day's journey, because you have to go around the
There
lake.
is a prince within that city.
Whoa! Now that would sell the score.
Indeed.
But he's protected by his rising black sun. Can't just abduct him.
Game. Wow. Oh, look at the shamans. I mean, in all of these sacrifices, have anything happened? Have the Fanes responded? Have Kavan answered your prayers?
Well, the huntress always craves more blood.
Of course.
But this year, she has given us visions.
What
There-
visions?
The bloody devil, he's planning something. One of the
Strahd.
one of the priestesses, they spoke that they dreamt a nightmare where he was feeding a young woman to a demon or something, and with her death, the clouds had and the mist had cleared, but it costed an eternal night.
Fucking dreadful. I look down at her. From my perception of the quote-unquote party of Reinhardt and John Shikigami, did they look like capable people? I remember Reinhardt drew his little morning star, his toothpick. He's got that with a tenderizer.
Did they look competent? Well, you believe Reinhardt causes people to grow demonic hands, and to be a
Right, yeah, be careful with this one.
and his weapon to be a toothpick. So I would say for him, no. The shadowed, demonic-looking rabbit creature,
The Bellevue.
the Bellevue, where the Kakar came in. He was tiny. I mean, like 2'7". You could probably step on him. And she was muddied, bloodied, and exhausted. Yeah, they look like a fitting band.
This one might be cursed.
Even more so reason to kill her, no?
Also reason to be careful about it.
I mean,
It's the
ancestor,
priestesses.
ancestor, if you desire the honor, we can give it to you instead.
Okay. Just looks at her. It's not even human.
No.
Whatever the hell this thing is. What is this thing? Oh, fucking. Look at this.
Yeah, her it looks human, but her skin's turned a very light blue, and her eyes are yellow. I fear she's
Weird.
like yourself, a walking corpse. Ancestor, my apologies. I came off a bit crude.
If she's one of my kind, then there's no blood to be found in her anyways. Turn around, where's the priests? Priestesses.
They're at the Yester Hill, preparing a ritual for that bloody winery.
Fine. Start making my way towards there and just... I'll turn around.
Yeah, you're halfway down the hill. You hear the ninth gong. Dong.
You morons! Have there been any scouts or anything coming out of that city?
We slayed most
Any
of them.
carriages, any supplies, anything?
They like start pondering. We've been recently working with some of the highwaymen, but a band of brigands or something invaded the local watchtower where we used to trade with them.
Great.
But don't worry,
That is
don't
it.
don't worry, ancestor. We'll have them starved before long.
Don't kill that one before the damn priestesses decide what the things want to do with her.
As you desire.
She's like me, the things will take interest in her. Walk down the damned hill.
Yeah.
And towards the hill itself.
Yeah. You walk through the mounds, eventually the sky turning into a thick granite. But eventually you reach the ringing bells and the gathering of the priests around Yester Hill itself in the worship. One of the younger priestesses approaches you. Ancestor? Bowing her head a bit.
Which one of you had this vision?
Oh. Lakea. Shall I grab her for you?
Bring her to the tree.
As you desire. And she does. She slowly makes her way, and a minute or two passes, but eventually,
You walk to the tree.
Yeah.
And just sit on one of the roots.
Eventually, a older woman, maybe in her 50s, approaches you. Ah, ancestor. It's nice to have you visit. It is.
So you're the one who had this vision.
I have.
Describe it to me.
I saw the devil burn his rusted armor in a great purple flame, and within it he had cut open the throat of the woman he loved, threw her, and with it a voluptuous flame erupted upon a beating heart in the sky, and an eternal night became dawn, as the land had his whisked away the mist, and we were once again free.
This devil is Bonzarovich.
Of course, one and the same.
Why do you describe him as a devil?
Everyone knows that he's not human. I refuse to believe that tyrant is anything but immortal. These stupid city folk claim that he's Count Strahd Tsarevich the 19th or 30th or God knows. These numbers mean little to me, but I seen him once. It's the same one that my grandmother described. I don't know how.
Describe him to me.
Tall, broad, handsome, black hair, thrown back, no facial hair. Quite elderly, maybe in his 40s. Thick brow, always wrinkled. Wears fine vested, decorated red clothes. Quite similar looking to his son, to be honest. Almost a look-alike. His fingers are unnaturally long, and his smile, his teeth doesn't fit into his mouth when he smiles.
You said that he was immortal.
I
was in the town of these Barovians. They mentioned that this is the 13th of their counts.
I have not
They also
seen...
mentioned that it is the 13th of their little Prince Vasilis.
Aye.
Has there been anyone else that has ruled these lands in between then and now? In 400 years?
Not in living memory. They usually have a private ceremony. There's never been a public coronation. And most folk don't live long enough to see them again. I only got fortunate to see him once, and it was by pure chance. I stumbled upon him on his visit. He was making his way to Zeidenburg, and we saw him through our vantage point. Yeah. He seems to always pass away of natural causes. Then again, I've never had a funeral.
So it's always been Strahd Vasili.
As far as I'm concerned. Of course, I could be wrong, but like I said, most don't live beyond 40. I'm blessed to be approaching 47.
He stares towards the mountains in the distance, to where Ravenloft is supposed to be built.
Oh yeah.
On the map.
Yeah.
100 years. How long has this eternal darkness blighted my lands?
Well, dear ancestor, if I have to be honest with you, I couldn't tell you.
From the description of Strahd that she gave me,
Yeah.
does it sound like the same one who slew Warlock originally?
Identical, I would say. Without a sun, and obviously you kind of drove us back into our conversation, without a sun or moon, to be honest, it's hard to follow time, but I have counted at least 200 plus full moons in my own lifespan. They come every 2 or so weeks, so...
As the people in the village over there mentioned that they keep trying by tracking the moon.
Well, what is the closest to a full moon? There's no moon in the sky. It's just a somewhat navy blue sky, and so there's a bit more light than usual, than the pitch blackness. By my grandmother's estimations, we're probably in the thousands. Probably hundreds of years, my ancestor.
It's always describe this lover to me, this great love that you mentioned in his vision, this vision of yours that you had of him.
She had soft features, a small nose, fiery red hair, quite a dainty body, quite small. I would say somewhat puffy lips. Quite a tomboy overall. Yeah. She wore a white dress. I didn't get a chance to see her face too well, to be honest.
What do you give it?
Your microphone then actually didn't pick that up. Yeah.
How old do you think she was if you were to take a guess?
Early 20s?
How common is gingerism in the valley? From Warlock's perspective, having spent time in Valaki and Crest and on the roads and whatnot, and amongst the native people as well.
Less than 1%. I think if I have to, outside of Irina, you might have stumbled upon 3 other people who were ginger.
But none of the others fit that description, I assume.
No.
Are you aware of where Strahd is right now?
To be honest, no one has seen the Count, but his son is keeping patrol, I guess in preparation for the next crowning. What would be Count Strahd the 14th, by your counting?
He stares. There's a woman, a young girl, barely even born, in that town over the hills over there, dressed. Some of your scouts may have even seen her little caravan.
I was going to ask about that, ancestor. Why did you escort them? We could have easily ambushed them.
I had no interest in killing them, and I wish to learn more about this land as I have awoken to. I have once rushed into war with these Barovians. A mistake I shall never make again.
As you desire. Well, do you wish to first to raid Kresk and burn it to the ground?
No. Keep an eye on it. If Irina is this woman of prophecy, I wish for you to identify her before we take any actions.
As you wish. I see the wisdom. We are so grateful we brought you back from the dead.
If you burn that village down, Strahd may become curious.
As So let us
He may
stay.
come looking himself.
Just keep it subtle. There's
Indeed.
much wisdom. Do you wish for us to maybe abduct them if the time is right?
If there is ever an opportunity. He stares at Thin Crest.
Yeah, you can see it from up here in the top of the hills.
There is ever an opportunity to, yes. Bring her here. Do not kill her. Fire, yeah, that bomb that shot.
And what of the witch we caught?
Which?
Aye.
I remember she mentioned that she's an enemy of Strahd. Last time I met her. Her and her little friends. Supposed enemies of Strahd.
Do you desire to? You can't expect us to release her, do you?
No, no, release her. I'll speak to her when she wakes up. I wish to know what her perception of Strahd is.
We can have a question. Shall we pull her to the tool?
Later on. Before you torture her, she needs to recover her strength so she does not die.
Well, I got something to look forward to at least.
I'll look at the tree and I'll look up. And the branches.
Yeah.
I'll just guide me. And then he would just stare at what's the place? Zeidenburg.
Zeidenburg, in the distance.
Just stare at in the distance, knowing Prince of Vasili's in there.
Yeah.
I want to sacrifice that bastard.
Yeah, and obviously the rest of the party in Zeidenburg is going to bed as you're staring reminiscently.
Yeah. Wallach, because of the way Wallach long rests,
Cool.
he has to just stay in a motionless state.
So it's basically reminiscence. Yeah.
Yeah, he's just staring at Zeidenburg, reminiscing of the history, thinking if this is the same Strahd that killed him.
Yeah, unbeknownst to Reinhardt and John, who are sleeping soundly in the same tavern in the town. And you know what? I actually think that's a fitting place to end it for today, especially as we're a player down. Yeah, beautiful.